think that Erik ten Hag will use him more as Foden gets the shot away, bounces off Varane. It's come to Grealish. Varane has stayed down. Grealish shoots. Blocked by Martinez. It's come to Gundogan on the edge of the area. Blocked by Ericsson. Hit off the back of Foden. Walking out to Grealish. Left-hand side of the United penalty area. Varane is still down. Here's now Bernardo Silva. Blocked by Dallo. It just seems as though every time United block, it comes back to a City player. De Bruyne hits it. Brilliant strike. And one that was moving. It was topsy-turvy. De Gea saves. And it goes out for a corner kick as Varane is still stayed down as he can now receive some treatment. Well, Manchester City did not need to stop that play because it wasn't a head injury, but De Bruyne's shot looked goal-bound, didn't it? It looked like it was going to nestle into the top corner, but David De Gea had to just get something on it, and that is exactly what he did. And how Varane has stayed down as he blocked, of course, Phil Foden's shot, but it looked like he may have just sort of overexerted himself or tweaked something as a result of trying to block that central shot from Phil Foden, as De Bruyne and De Gea are, of course, having a bit of a conversation as De Bruyne goes and gets the ball to take the corner. Some United players unhappy the play carried on. Michael Oliver well within his right to carry on. Fernandes, of course, as we know, never afraid to let his feelings known to a referee. Says why that was allowed to continue. Probably De Gea said the same to De Bruyne in their little brief conversation as Varane is now able to receive some treatment. The first stoppage of the game. And I said earlier on about how Varane has had his injury problems at United. He missed a big bulk of their season, didn't he? Due to injury. With Maguire on the treatment table due to an injury, they don't want to see one of their stronger defenders out injured. Victor Lindelöf has come back after a spell out on the sidelines. So there is a replacement there if United feel the need to make one. But Varane, of course, is up to his feet and is going to be off for this corner. So United will be down to 10 for the moment. It is going to be De Bruyne who's going to take this. Foden's over there as well on the left-hand side. It goes in towards Haaland. Brilliant block on the line by Malacia. Did it go in? Yes! Manchester City have their second, and Erling Haaland has yet another goal in the sky blue of Manchester City. And in his first taste of Derby Day, is a Derby Day goal scorer. Leaps up and heads it in. It was over the line. Michael Oliver's watch goes off. Malacia tried his best to clear, but it was over the line. City 2, United 0 in the Manchester Derby with 34 gone. Yes, that combination again, De Bruyne and Haaland. This time from a corner, it just goes in. He's just simply too strong and just too powerful. Up above, McTominay heads it towards goal. Malacia's on the line, yet clearly over the line. And Manchester City are now 2 goals up. 15 goals already for Erling Haaland. Truly a remarkable player who is on top of his game right now. 12 in the Premier League. He has in 8 games, which is absolutely phenomenal for the Norwegian striker. It's Manchester United now find themselves 2 goals down and with a monumental mountain to climb. Here's Sancho. McTominay. Varane. Back to defend that. And that is a real costly thing for Varane off the pitch, because he would have probably marked Haaland there. That would have been something I don't think Haaland scores if Varane's on the pitch. But with him off the pitch, Haaland knew that he was always going to beat McTominay in the air. That's what happened, and that's what led to Man City going 2 goals up as Walker is off the pitch at the moment. City down to 10 as United carry on as they took the throw in anyway. Played forward by Martinez. The City defence were able to head it away. Martinez gets it again. Now Sancho, who's now over on this left-hand side again, plays it in the middle to Ericsson, who Now gives it to Raphael Varane. Brings it forward a couple of yards to now find Anthony. Sort of rolling the ball across his right boot. Now Fernandes. Dallo. Anthony. Not got a lot of options on the overlap, has he? So has to go back to Fernandes. United have got the bodies in City's half. Couple of options forward. Sancho and Rashford central at the moment in their positioning. Of course, Phil Foden's almost acting as a right back at the moment because Kyle Walker's off the pitch. Here's Varane. Dallo now with Martinez. Centre circle inside the Man City half. Here's Ericsson trying to play the ball through. An underlapping run from Dallo. Cut out. Seized upon by Cancelo, who lets Edison come out and collects. He sort of two-hand throws it behind his head like a throw into Grealish, who now has it. Silva to Gundogan to Grealish. This is nice stuff from Manchester City. They're coming forward again. De Bruyne short to his right. Able to play it despite Ericsson trying to lunge into intercept. De Bruyne's ball in. Haaland's out. And Haaland has scored again. Manchester City now lead by 3-0. And Erling Haaland slides in to get on the end of De Bruyne's pass and put them 3 goals up. That combination worked for the second goal of the afternoon. Now it works for the third goal. De Bruyne with another assist again. Manchester City are irresistible this afternoon. Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0, and they are giving their lesson. And they are giving a lesson to their neighbours in red who are experiencing a horrendous day once again in the Manchester derby. Oh, the ball into Haaland is just exceptional. De Bruyne just gets that little space central towards the left back, doesn't he? Ball goes in. He knows, doesn't it? It's almost telepathic what's going to happen between these two. De Bruyne just looks up, cross goes in, all the way in, beyond Varane. Haaland slides in, puts it away. Phenomenal way of thinking, just knows exactly where De Bruyne is going to put that pass, and he puts it away. Well, it's 2 in 3 minutes for Erling Haaland. He'd been quiet for 34 minutes, but now he's got 2 in just a few minutes. That's exactly what he does. There's Erling Haaland. You cannot stop him. I almost think it's almost, you've just got to stop the players around him. And you don't stop that, that's what's going to happen. As Manchester City now have 3, and they have been absolutely sensational in this first 38 minutes. We saw Ralph Rangnick in his only derby experience as United manager get a horrendous ordeal when they lost 4-1. Erik ten Hag's experiencing the same as Fernandes, a shot on target for Manchester United, something they've not managed to do prior. Shot is straight at Everton, who makes the save. It is now 8 goals in his last 3 Premier League appearances for Erling Haaland at the Etihad Stadium. Absolutely phenomenal. As Kyle Walker just backheels the ball out of play. As he goes down again, he was only off just a few short minutes ago. Manchester City, of course, having already a defensive issue and John Stones being unavailable for a number of weeks. This could be something as well that they don't want to happen with Kyle Walker going off. So possibly there could be change in the offing here. You could see Sergio come on. Possibly. United have made a change in the process. Raphael Varane, who also had a problem, is off as Victor Lindelof comes on for Manchester United. So don't be surprised if Man City have to make this change. 40 minutes of pass. Listen on this up with me, Matt Arms. It's Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0. The latest score in this game. Phil Foden scored after 8 minutes to put City 1-0 up. Erling Haaland scored from a De Bruyne corner from the left-hand side to make it 2-0 when he got up above Scott McTominay to head in. Malacia cleared. Ball was over the line as Michael Oliver's watch went off. Then just a few minutes later, De Bruyne's ball in. Cross this time was one that Haaland slid in to put in and make it 3-0. Sergio Gomez has come on his first taste for Manchester derby as he replaces Kyle Walker, which Cancelo moving to right back, which is something you probably would have expected with sort of Kyle Walker going down injured. So the Spanish defender, who only previous games in the Premier League had been as a sub, we've seen that happen again. He comes on for the Manchester derby probably a lot earlier, probably what he was anticipating, probably playing something that he didn't expect to play in. It is a City throw as Cancelo gives it to Kanji. Cancelo clears it towards Bernardo Silva, middle of his own half. Then McTominay steps in, ball goes into the air. The second ball is won by Fernandes above Gundogan. Eriksen now loses that to De Bruyne, who just carrying the ball on this right hand side. It stayed in play. It doesn't want to go out. United want it to it, but the ball won't go out. Here's now Haaland on a hat-trick. Looks left to find Grealish. Can City get a fourth? Haaland with a heavy touch. It's still not over yet, though, is it? It does look as though that ball did go out of play, but he's a bit annoyed with himself that he had a bit of a heavy touch. As De Bruyne just did magnificently just to keep that ball in play and keep going. He played it to Haaland, who laid it onto Grealish. He was trying to give it back to Haaland. It actually came off Dalot when it reached Haaland, which may have just seen that touch go behind him and be a heavy one as a result of that from Dalot. But Manchester United really are just struggling to live with City at the moment. Rashford away from Cancelo. You wouldn't have thought Rashford was playing, given he's had barely any service in this game. Eriksen to the edge of the area, left by Fernandes. Anthony shoots with his left foot, trying to curl it in, while blocked by Gomez. Now it is with De Bruyne. Foden is streaming to the right. Haaland goes left. De Bruyne finds Haaland towards Foden. Oh, what a move! What a goal! Manchester City have four. It's a lovely sweeping move, finished off by Phil Foden, and they are rubbing it in Manchester United's faces. The champions are absolutely loving this game this afternoon, and they are really taking it out on their neighbours in red. Man City 4, Manchester United 0. 2 for Foden, 2 for Haaland. What an afternoon, and what a first half for Manchester City. Brilliant. De Bruyne to Haaland. Haaland gives it to Foden. That ball is absolutely exceptional. Perfectly weighted pass right across for Foden. The power, the pace, the execution on the pass is perfect. Foden can run onto it right hand side of the area, ahead of Malacia, and touches it in on David De Gea. It has been a real difficult afternoon for United's defence. They've just not been able to withstand Man City. And when they play like this, nobody on this planet can withstand Manchester City. The 50 is up for Phil Foden as well after bagging a brace in the first half. He got the first, he's now got the fourth, as Manchester City are having another great afternoon against Manchester United in this fixture. And Sir Alex Ferguson, of course, watching in attendance. Of course, long retired. He had a horrendous day, probably one of the worst in his long successful tenure, when Man City beat United 6-1 just over a decade ago now. And it looks as though we're heading down that same road again, as they have just proved that there is a seismic gap between these two sides at this moment in time. As now Anthony has the ball. Rashford and Sancho both want it. It's Sancho is gone for. It's one that Akanji has just intercepted brilliantly. Gets away from Sancho and now finds Gomez, who can't give it to Akanji in return. Well, there are some absolutely bleak, stunned Manchester United fans inside the Etihad Stadium. Erik ten Hag is absolutely bewildered at the moment. Fernandes inside the Man City penalty area. Transfers it out to Anthony on this right-hand side. Now coming in to the edge of the area to Ericsson. Chance to shoot at it now. Has to go to Fernandes. He will take the cross in. Sends it in with pace. It's Ederson who punches it clear to the edge of the area. Manassi is there. Gets underneath it to Ericsson. Cross goes in. Trying to play it through. Fernandes was the target. But it's just gone away from him and out for a goal kick. Well, in recent Premier League history, we've seen sort of some brilliant first half performances, but this has to be right up there, and so much so that some of the Manchester United fans have actually left the ground completely. They've gone, they've seen enough. They are getting punched pillar to post by their neighbours. Side sky blue. Here's Foden. Joao Cancelo. Now with Ederson. Gives it to Akanji as we closing in on the final 2 minutes of this first half being over and done with, which was the stoppage time, and that is the case. Well, what a first half it has been for Manchester City. Phil Foden has got two. He got the first and the fourth. The first inside 8 minutes. He then got the fourth with just the end of the first half coming to a close. Erling Haaland's bagged another two for himself. Always going to be on the score sheet. He barely did anything before he scored in 34 minutes. Then he managed to get two in about 4 minutes to put City 2 and then 3-0 up. United at the back have been all over the place. City have pounced upon it and have made them look so weak. The golfing class is absolutely extraordinary. Half time of the Etihad. Manchester City 4. Yes, Manchester City 4. Manchester United 0.
Select any team within the app to see form guides, fixtures, results, league tables, player stats, and much more. Make sure you hit the star to favourite your club or clubs to receive live scores, updates, news, and video based on the teams you love. Did you know Live Score's news service covers a wide range of football and non-football content, from predictive articles, transfer talk, match reports, in-depth analysis, and much more? Just head over to the news section or the info tab. Want to receive match updates for the scores, stats, and content for the matches that matter? You can find and favourite any event using our search feature or via our fixture listings and by hitting the star icon. During the match, receive live notifications of scores and key moments, whilst at full time, receive updates when match highlights are ready to view and match reports are ready to read.